Yet in her statement, her written statement to law enforcement, she writes in here that the male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase. I don't think law enforcement would put those particular words in her mouth. I know that law enforcement has deceived us publicly, but I don't know any law enforcement stupid enough to try to deceive a court. They would lose their credibility. This would be major for their case, especially if it's the lead detective in the case filing erroneous affidavits on the surviving roommate's behalf. There are huge consequences for things like that. This new source that is coming out on behalf of Dylan Mortensen, I don't believe. Because I'm telling you, we know how law enforcement work. We know that when they go to a podium and they are not under oath, they have every right and will deceive us. We know that. They can. Most of them don't. Most of them don't. But in this case, they did. And that's something that we have to deal with. But I don't see them going to the court and lying to the court under oath. I just don't see it. There are a lot of things that I may do, but the one thing I will never, ever, ever do is intentionally lie to the courts. Ever. But even me, I would never lie under oath. I don't see any law enforcement lying under oath. It's that she heard her roommates across the hall whimpering and thought nothing of it to go check on them and decides just to close her door and do nothing. And actually paints even a worse picture in my book. But one of the things we said that was said up front is that Dylan Mortensen was newer to the house and apparently didn't want to cause a commotion. Another thing that she said was that she felt that law enforcement threw her under the bus. And when I heard that, I'm like, I don't think law enforcement threw anybody under the bus. Now, I think they're probably just dumbfounded like the rest of us saying, so all these things were happening inside your home and you didn't bother calling law enforcement, and they're having to clean up this mess. I don't think she was thrown under the bus. I think people are scratching their heads saying, what the hell? I think law enforcement is, I know we are. I mean, a few of my audience have the bleeding hearts and, always want to find excuses for people's behaviors, but I don't. I am in the world of reality.